Hey everybody, welcome back to Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl Media Day, the focus Saturday night, Ohio State and Georgia. But I've been trying to get this guy over here for like 6 years to do some sort of interview and explain just who the hell he is, because I talk about him all the time. I'm like, why? It's Keenan Bailey. He is potentially going to be the tight ends coach. He's an active recruiter right now. No formal announcement coming until after the season from Ryan Day. So instead, he's just this guy that I'm trying to talk to. Why do I talk about you so much?
I have no clue. You run out of guys to talk about. We've got a room full of guys you should be interviewing instead of me, but here we are.
I'm doing that too. I'm multitasking.
There you go.
So Keenan, I have a good, feel for what your biography is, but
Sure.
When you've been around this program now for half a dozen years, for people who don't know, where did you start? Why have you been at Ohio State so long? Why has this been such a good fit for you that you wanted to continue your career here?
Sure. Came in obviously with Coach Alford, working with running backs, and been here for 6-7 years, whatever it has been, and a bunch of different titles, same job. I was just joking with someone. They said, "How's this new job?" I have the same job. The job from day one, I've had the same little sign in my office that says, "Make the Buckeyes better, find a first down, grow closer to the locker room, and outwork the team up north." And I've got the same job now. If I get a different title, so be it. I've had a different title each of the last 6 years. So my job has not changed for the last 6 years. Make the Buckeyes better.
Where does your energy come from? Is it coffee? Is it Red Bull? Have you just always had it? I mean,
I'm so blessed. I get to work with these guys. Are you kidding me? Every day, and they pay me a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. I think it comes from these guys. How can you not be energetic when you're thinking about leaving at the end of the day and Marvin Harrison's in there shooting jugs to himself, or
right.
You wake up in the morning and Cade's asking to get a lift in, or last night someone's asking me for a cut up. How can you not be energetic? And
right.
We got the hungriest guys in the country, the best student athletes in the country. And oh, by the way, you get to come to work every day, learn from Ryan Day and Brian Hartline, and sit in meetings with Kevin Wilson and Justin Fry. Like, are you kidding me? It's been the best job each of the last 6 years.
So as you mentioned, you started some with Tony. I remember getting to know you a little bit better when I got to come in and do stuff with the wide receivers, and you were working with Zone 6. I've seen you get some experience with Justin Fry, as you mentioned, and pop around to the offensive line. You've worked with quarterbacks. You've done a ton of stuff throughout the whole time with special teams.
Sure.
Hey, how is it that you have a background or enough ability to float between positions like that?
Sure. Let it be stated, I'm an O-line coach. All right, you can let Justin Fry and Mike Soleni know I'm an O-line coach.
Yeah, I'm sure they're curious about that.
Sure. No, wherever I could find value, right? I think this past year's been the best, just in the sense that I know this offense pretty well, a little bit, I think. So I could kind of help, especially young guys or guys transition to new positions, Cade or whatnot. I don't know, kind of being versatile. Yeah. Go where the problem is, maybe. I don't know.
Go where the problem is. That's not good then if Keenan Bailey shows up.
No. You know what I'm saying, though. Just being able to help out wherever I'm needed. I don't care what it is. If it's coaching whatever position, I'm good.
What's the best part or the worst part, or both, of a bowl week when you're trying to manage distractions like this one or go-karting?
Sure.
And you guys want to win a game on Saturday night.
Yeah. It's kind of a double edge, right? You work so hard from the off season to now getting here. Right. I was just looking at this room's packed. Like, what a blessing, what an opportunity. Yeah. But like you hit the nail on the head. If just look back, if this was week 4, no offense, I would not be talking to you on whatever day is it, Thursday morning.
It's been 6 years.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying though. It's Thursday morning I'd be catching tennis balls with DBs in the indoor or something right now. I would not be in the Hall of Fame. So juggling your routine with this big stage is kind of a balance.
I want to ask you one more thing about your career process before you go back in there and sit with the tight ends and talk with Joe and Mitch. But like, you've had opportunities to leave, and I've said that before. You don't have to identify where or what they were, but you could have left. Why not?
No, so and I was just telling somebody this. What my wife and I always go back to is it's people over places. And when I say places, that's logos on T-shirts and glamorous titles and, let's pack up and move. Yeah, that's all exciting, but if we sit down and look at each one if we get opportunities, and it's people over places. And there's no better people, I swear, Austin, in college football than Ryan Day, Gene Smith, Coach Mick Marotti, Brian Hartline, Corey Dennis, Todd Fitch, Justin Fry, Kevin Wilson. Like, where else am I going to go? Let alone the players. I get to coach Mitch Rossi and Kate Stover, Joe Royer, G. Scott, Bennett Christian. Like, where do you know, I could not imagine a better place to learn as a young coach. And so it's people over places, and I'm at the best place in college football while I leave.
All right. Are you excited for the future of the U.S. national team and Columbus Crew?
Yeah, and if I got any questions, I know where to go.
All right. Okay, well, that's what I like about this guy. He's always trying to learn, even from me. I don't know how that happens, but he's trying to be a soccer fan. I love that.
He's trying.
And he's getting ready to take on another new title, and as he said, the same job.
Same job.
Glad to have Keenan Bailey finally allowed to talk. Been hiding him for years, the secret weapon. We're going to continue on with Media Day stuff here in Atlanta. That's Keenan. I'm Austin.
Thanks.
Welcome back into Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl Media Day. We have Ohio State quarterback Kyle McCord giving us some time. Rarely get these opportunities to get him, so we're going to hound him because you all want to know. I've already asked him this question. First of all, Kyle, thank you for giving us some time. Yeah. I already know the answer to this, but since we got a million questions about it, why don't you get to throw more, Kyle?
I mean, I get it. When we're up that big, you don't want to run to score or anything like that. I think the biggest thing is just getting the experience, getting in the game a little bit, run the offense, and then obviously in practice getting all those reps. So I can't be upset or anything like that. It comes with the territory. So
people just don't like it if I say, well, he gets to throw a lot in practice. I think those reps are pretty significant. CJ didn't get to throw at all behind Justin Fields, so it seems like
it's all good.
You're probably working plenty.
Yeah, it's all good. I think I have enough attempts to be, cool and calm with, so I'm good.
A lot of times when we have this conversation and people love to project the future, and I know that you guys are trying to win a game on Saturday night, so I'm not trying to go too far ahead of that, but usually there's not 2 years of a body of work for Ohio State's potential future quarterback, backup quarterback. You're in a pretty rare situation. How much experience, how experienced, I guess, do you feel?
Yeah. I mean, it really is crazy looking back on, I think, how much I've grown the last 2 years. Obviously, being able to start a game last year was great, getting that experience. And then on top of that, just 2 full years of practice, 2 full springs, 2 full fall camps, 2 full seasons. I think, I can't explain how much that helped me grow, how much that helped me develop. So I feel great going into the spring. Obviously, all my focus is on Saturday night, but just looking forward, I think I'm in a really good position.
I know I said this to you in the summer, just how much your upper body seems to have filled out. I remember you showing up, and it was like every freshman looks like that, but pretty skinny kid. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems like that part has really taken to you.
I mean, Coach Mick has been on me since the day I stepped foot in the Woody, which is great. That's how you want it to be. And, my body's transformed. I think, across the board, I think I've gotten bigger, stronger, faster, everything. So, Coach Mick has definitely done his work, and he's not done. So
when you think about, been doing this long enough and seen Ohio State quarterback battles and competition managed with the brotherhood that you guys all feel, how do you balance that, switch that on and off? Because we know what you want to do, we know what Devin eventually wants to do. Like, that's such a delicate deal. Like, in your mind, what is it like when you're going back and forth between those two?
I mean, I think the best way I can describe it is if you turn on practice film, I'll make a good throw, and he'll be clapping and then daps me up, and then he'll make a throw, I'll do the same thing. I think that's just kind of the competition we have. I think I want him to succeed just as bad as he wants me to succeed. So, we've been pushing each other every single day in practice, and, being with them for the last year, I think we have a great relationship, which is good.
Is Marvin Harrison any good?
I've been trying to tell people that since we were sophomores in high school, and I think, just seeing what he was doing, I'm not surprised at it at all. Just mixing his hard work with his talent. I mean,
not even a little, because it feels like best wide receiver in the country by year 2 seems like that would have been hard to project.
I mean, everything that he's done on the field on games, I've seen it 100 times already in practice and thrown with him. So, every single catch he makes, it's just almost routine for him. As crazy as it is, I think, even he'll say, that he purposely does everything. So,
what is it like for you all? You said you guys are trying to win a game on Saturday night, and then you have like arcades and go-karting and trying to get you guys to play basketball and all. Is that a good thing that you can maybe turn it off for a minute and not focus, not just have the iPad out, or is it annoying?
I mean, it's all right. I think it's fun to kind of spend some time with your teammates. I mean, going go-karting and arcade, that was all cool yesterday. But I think now that we're starting to be within, 20 or 2 days, 48 hours before the game, counting down, you start to kind of switch your gears and, lock in and know that, Saturday night's going to be a battle.
Yeah, it's getting close. Ohio State and Georgia Saturday night. Getting closer when Ohio State's Media Day is done here at the College Football Hall of Fame. He's Kyle McCord. We appreciate his time. We'll be back with more.
100%. Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome into Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl Media Day, where everyone is asking the Buckeyes what their favorite item is at Chick-fil-A. So I guess that's what I was supposed to do. This is Sonny Styles. What do you eat?
I go with the chicken sandwich and the mac and cheese.
All right, mac and cheese. All right, just like Burm, a similar order there. When you look at this first year, what stands out as the toughest part, the biggest growth opportunity, perhaps?
I think when I first got here, we started doing like the OTAs, camp and stuff like that. I think just gaining confidence, gaining respect from some of my other teammates.
Yeah.
Sometimes being a younger guy, they might not know like who you are, believing like, no, they just want to. You got to earn your respect, basically. So I think that was something that wasn't really tough for me, but that was a growing experience.
A year ago, you're making a pretty big decision, and there's no right or wrong about it, right? So you had to weigh the pros and cons of taking that risk that you're talking about and being a younger guy. When you think about that process and the decision that you made, does it feel right at this point? I wouldn't imagine you'd say it was wrong, but it had to be hard to get to that point, and then you knew what you were going to be in for.
I 100% feels right. I'm so glad I did it. I think it helped me from a standpoint. I feel like I grew a lot, and I was able to compete against guys every day, like great players every single day. I was able to get great coaching. I got in the strength room, the weight room, almost a year early. I'm glad I did that. I talked to my family about it. Like, we're glad I did it. I think it gives me a better chance for next year. And I think I was going to come in January this year anyways. I think the last 6 months in high school wouldn't have really done much for me.
Okay. Were there things you missed? Some people skip days and prom and.
I got to go to prom, so I went on with the state championship in basketball. So I didn't really miss that. It was straight.
Where do you think? So this is another, open-ended kind of loaded question. Like, when you think about where you are physically or where you are technically, how does that compare to December of last year?
I think physically, obviously, I'm stronger, a little faster. I think I've had a big growth technically with technique and just some of the little details within the game. I think that's where I've had the biggest growth. Because I think coming in, I feel like I was a pretty big guy already. Obviously, I got stronger and faster, but I think that was my biggest growth from a technical standpoint.
So a lot of people got really excited in August. I don't know how much attention you paid or if you heard it. Jim Knowles said, well, I think that Sonny Styles can be an X factor. And I thought that seems like pretty premature praise at this point. And then lo and behold, 4 weeks later, there's already a package for you against Wisconsin. Did you hear that comment? Did it give you a boost of confidence? Did you know that you might be able to play as early as you did?
I kind of knew because I felt like the coaches had confidence in me. They feel like I was a mature guy. They feel like I could do the things I could. I think, and that's all just comes back to just being in practice every day, competing, and just showing what you can do, earning that respect, coming in today, working hard every day. Mm-hmm. So I think for me, it was definitely a confidence booster to know that the coaches believe in me enough and trust me enough to put me in the game that early on in this season.
A lot of when you decided to enroll early, nobody had seen the Jim Knowles safety-driven defense that has become the buzzword. Obviously, you're in it, and you learned it from day one. Did it match up to what they were talking about it could be in December or March or April? What is it like to play in this system?
I think it definitely did. I love the defense. It was easy for me to learn, and I think as a safety, you get a lot of opportunity to make plays.
Okay, so Bowl Week is a lot of weird stuff going on. What?
All different things.
What's been, I don't know, what the most enjoyable part, the weirdest part with all the stuff that you guys have to do at night?
I think it's enjoyable just hanging around everybody in the team. We got a little hospitality room. Just being around all the guys, that's pretty cool. We got to go to the little Martin Luther King site the other day, which is pretty cool. Just learn about history a little bit. We got to go to the arcade a little bit yesterday, do some go-karting. So it was fun.
Who won the go-kart race? You're too big for a go-kart. How did that even work?
Just squeeze in, I guess. I don't even know who won because it was like different heats and stuff.
Okay.
I don't even know who won, but it was fun.
What arcade game did you jump on?
I ain't really playing no arcade game. I was waiting to get on the go-kart.
All right. Well, clearly this man is all business trying to get ready for Saturday. Doesn't have time for nonsense and arcade games, but he's hanging out with the Buckeyes in the hospitality suite. He's about to ready to go to practice to get ready for Saturday night. Not even going to ask him. I know that you want me to. But he can't say if he's in the game plan on Saturday night. He's not allowed. So I'll save him that, and he's going to go back out to the rest of Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl Media Day. Thanks, Sonny.
Thank you.
All right, it's time again for another Ohio State quarterback popping in here. Got to give equal time as we can't help but look past Saturday night. I know they don't want to. That's Devin Brown. Obviously, you guys want to win a game on Saturday, and you've been asked, I think, during Ohio State Media Day here 55 times what the future is going to be like. So I know the answer. How do you block some of that out?
I mean, at the end of the day, we just want our team to win. We want to help our team every day in practice. You never know what can happen in the game, so we just got to get ourselves better and get this team better.
How have you gotten yourself better over the course of 1 year?
I mean, there's so many ways I had to grow in my body, maturity, learning the offense. I mean, learning the defense. There's just so much that had to go on throughout the whole season, and I feel like it's night and day where I was, almost a year ago.
Did you think in March and April, like, this is going to take longer than I thought, or was it progressing at a rate that was faster?
There's always lows where it was like, dang, I wish I'd be higher, or, I wish I'd be doing better right now, but that's just the nature of the beast. You're never going to have a great day every day, so you just got to keep grinding and just keep working because it'll all work out.
When Berm always compares you to Joe Burrow, is that too much pressure, or is that like, well, that's pretty cool? That guy's...
No, yeah, I'd say it's pretty cool. I mean, I've met him a few times. He's been in the Woody a few times, so it's been cool to talk to him. And no, I think it's pretty cool to have somebody compare me to somebody who's already played in Super Bowl, won a Natty, and won a Heisman. So,
do you think that is, like, if you look at your own game, like, I'm not suggesting that you emulate yourself other than anyone other than Devin Brown, but
right?
Like, do you see that as a fair comparison for your game? Not that you're ready to be in the Super Bowl, but
yeah, I think what people see most is just the confidence in him. I think he's got a swagger to him. He's got a little bit of juice to him, and he goes out and he wants nothing more than a win. And he just kind of has that almost arrogant way about him, but it's not arrogant; it's just confidence. So,
what's the key to picking the best GIF on Twitter?
I mean, Rounders is just a great movie, so that's where it came from. I mean, I don't know if you knew, but when I first committed, I put in a clip from the same movie. So that was kind of the motive behind it, and just set the record straight that I'm a Buckeye.
So you posted it again. I thought, well, he's at least staying on theme, so he understands, to keep it consistent. But that movie came out before you were even born.
Right.
How did that one become a favorite?
So, I mean, my family plays poker every now and again. We've been playing some poker here, but I mean, I like the game poker. My dad was like, you need to see Rounders. It's a great movie, because I like Matt Damon movies. Yeah. And so I had to watch it, and it was a great movie. It's got to be one of my favorite movies.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Mike McD just getting it done on there. Yeah, that's a great choice. And obviously we know, what that means. Did you, anymore, I hate to even, bring it up just because they're just rumors. People were worried in quarterbacks now.
Right.
Is that why you wanted to proactively put something out?
Yeah, I mean, people have, even my high school coaches were like, hey, you transferring? No, it's just, I'm a Buckeye through and through. That was my goal coming in here, is I'm a Buckeye no matter what.
What's it been like watching CJ? I don't know how much mentorship there is in that. I know how close the quarterback room itself is, but just to watch him, what have you taken away from that?
CJ has been such a big influence on me. I mean, just being able to room with him for every game, just, talking at night, getting advice from him every day in the Woody, getting advice from him. He's been such a great leader to me and such a great mentor to me. I can't thank him enough for everything that he's done for me.
Has there been an arcade game or bowling? What have you done the best this week? Are you winning in competitions off the field?
I probably can't say what I'm down in, but I'm losing. I'm losing in a couple games.
Okay.
We had a little bowling competition yesterday. We'll see if I won that. I was competing for our team against Georgia in the bowling competition. Me and Emeka were the top scorers on our team, so we'll see how that one goes.
Okay, some bowling. Is that? I don't know if Joe Burrow was bowling or not, but he once got a bunch of clips out here for winning the basketball shootout. So I don't know if that was.
That's not me. I'm not a great shooter.
Okay.
I played center in high school, so I think that kind of shows where I was at shooting ability.
All right, gotcha. Well, we're gonna let him get back to it. They're about to go hit the practice field. Looks like the Buckeyes are shutting it down here at Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl Media Day. We appreciate Devin Brown joining us on the podcast.